I'm not a big window red dot guy. I've been shooting red dots for a long time, but if you out there like that big window and you feel that big window is an aid for you, then I have the red dot for you, and that's the Defender XL from Vortex. Let's go to range and shoot it. When I got the first Defender ST from Vortex, and they sent both these red dots out here, when I first got the Defender ST on a pistol, I was really impressed. I have never been impressed with the Delta Point Pro, and I felt this thing did a lot of things that Delta Point Pro didn't do, and had much better glass clarity, better dot performance, better dot adjustment, and a few features that the Delta Point just simply didn't have. And I thought the window was pretty damn big when I got this red dot. I've ran one on a rifle, one on a pistol, but then Vortex reached out and said, hey, do you want to take a look at the new XL? And man, when they said XL, they meant XL. This thing is the biggest window red dot I have yet to ever shoot. And I do feel there's some merit to it for those of you guys out there who may still be in the transition phase of red dot. So when you guys, something you might be able to see on TV, when I'm with somebody, I tell them, hey, watch my eyes. So I'm gonna pick a finite spot on my target. I do this with my targets, either steel, cardboard, B8s, whatever. I'm looking at some point on that target is my focus point. So as eyes are on the target, gun comes up, shot breaks right there. Which a couple things it allows me to do. Number one, I'm not fishing through the dot, looking for it, moving my head around, trying to find that red dot. As the gun comes up, I am prepping the trigger to the wall, shot breaks, right? So that's a benefit of being target focused. Some guys have a hard time finding the red dot. And I'm not trying to tell you, I'm not gonna sit here and bullshit you and tell you a bigger window's gonna help you. It's not. Your presentation is the problem, right? But I can tell you till I'm blue in the face that a bigger window's not gonna help you. You're still gonna want a bigger window. So I'm just gonna tell you, this is the biggest window out there. And this is, if you want this, then get it. My job is not to sit here and try to train you through a television or an iPhone. It's simply to tell you that if you struggle finding a red dot, it is nothing to do with the size of window. Guys shoot acros all day. No problem whatsoever. It's the smallest window in the market. SRO, big window. 507 comp, big window. The market, Instagram, social media, it pushes big window. Talk to dudes who've been on red dots for some time now. I've been on red dots now for 10 years. I was on red dots before red dots were a thing and before you could find red dot instruction. But throughout the time at RDR, I've met other guys, mill guys, LE guys, competition guys who've kind of schooled me on red dot. I also had to go red dot because my eyes were so poor, right? So I needed that dot. So I spent more time learning how to be target focused, shooting both eyes open, and using a red dot. When you look at the Defender, you can tell just by looking at these two red dots that it is a massive difference in height of window and width of window. And you look at these two together side by side, and then you look at the front facing of these two dots, and then the top here, you can kind of see how much larger the XL is. I do think it's cool because when you look at the XL, everything left to right, top to bottom, you're seeing. So if I'm looking at a target, I can see both sides of that target and top of that target. And today it was very easy to see impacts on credit card on a zone to where you could see, okay, that's top, left, top, right, center, etc. So it was some benefit to that bigger window. This is an 8 MOA red dot. This is the biggest red dot I've ever used on a pistol. I don't know, I have not shot enough competition to know that if a bigger dot for USPSA, anything bigger than a 5, I don't know if you guys out there are using bigger than a 5. I have not ever used bigger than 3.25. This is the 5 would have been the biggest, but when they sent this one, it came in an 8. So I'm like, it'll be cool to try. One of the benefits I do like when this thing's powered down is that circle is super crisp. It is right there. Very, very clean red dot. It did not take me long to figure out how to get this thing on target. What it did do is small targets. If I was trying to shoot a B8, for example, when I was rearing the gun, it was a little bit tough there because at the further distance, the dot did cover quite a bit of the target, the impact point, but not enough to where I couldn't find it at all. Two features on the Defender XL as well as the Defender ST has that, say, for example, the Delta Point Pro does not have. And I mentioned Delta Point Pro because they are the same footprint, is the shock shield insert at the top of each red dot. That's basically going to give you a little bit of rubber texturing at the top here for bumps, dinks, dents, etc. And then, of course, the fast racking texture on the front to help with any kind of abrasion you might bump into. You see guys banging them off tables and whatnot. So again, that texturing. I also think the texturing in the front looks very cool. So those are two little features. Take it for what it's worth, you guys at home, but those are two benefits I do think that the red dot does have that others do not. Battery, 25,000 hours on the battery, and you do have a 10-minute auto shut-off and a motion on. That is a benefit as well. With the new top load battery here, it's similar to a Delta Point Pro as far as the latching on the door on the XL. The ST has the actual battery with the screwdriver. So again, but they are both top load batteries. I know that's a big one for a lot of you guys out there at home, the top load battery. Both these red dots have been phenomenal. I've been running the ST for a while now, as I mentioned, on my Walther and on a SIG 226. And then I have the Vortex on an offset red dot on a rifle that I've been running. I took that up to Ridgeline a few months back. Both these red dots, price point wise, I don't think there's much out there that's better. And then you also have the Vortex warranty. Not to mention all the accessories that come in the box, the cover, the screws, the plate, the RMR plate, for Glock MOS, and then you have the 1913 plate. So you get a lot of bang for your buck when you get it out the box. Now, again, full disclosure, Vortex did send these to us, but that doesn't sway me because, again, when you look at what you get price per product value, not many people do it better than Vortex on that area as well. And the dots have been doing great since then. And if you've been watching the channel long enough, you know, I call balls and strikes. I don't need to kiss someone's ass just to get something for free. If we need it, we'll buy it to bring the content to you guys. So that's what I got to you today on the Defender XL. I have been loving the Defender ST. Both these are on 2 steel frame pistols from Walther. And as I mentioned earlier, they are Delta Point Pro footprints. You will need a Delta Point Pro plate from Walther to mount these two onto your pistols. But the Vortex Defender XL with the 5.1-inch PDP steel frame with the ZR Tactical, this pistol has night and day difference from when I used to shoot it. You'll see some content on both these guns because what steel frame is right for you, and that's a video we'll be filming very soon. They give you some feedback between the two pistols that Walther does offer, both in steel frame. Guys, if you made it this far in the video, you like the content, you like what we do here at the channel, you like hearing me ramble, hit the like, share, subscribe button. That'll show YouTube you like to see content like this and more of it. So next time, be well, take care.